What men don't like the most about Lori is the fact that she's confident, is the fact that she knows she's beautiful, is the fact that she knows she can have any man that she wants.
Shut up, bitch!
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Enough of this. Vader, release him.
It all starts off with a young Lori Harvey, with everything to look forward to in life. She's young, beautiful, rich, and her father is none other than Steve Harvey himself. She began dating famous Dutch footballer, or soccer player they call it in the US, called Memphis Depay in January 2016, with them even getting engaged in June 2017. However, the couple split in 2018, with Lori later saying she was too young during the engagement and hadn't experienced enough life yet.
What do you mean by that?
Then a year later, around October 2019, the internet went mad when they saw Lori Harvey posted up with the boy Future himself.
She belongs to the streets.
Bear in mind, she just broke up with P. Diddy's son, Justin Combs, who is a weirdo to be fair. But fast forward a few months into January 2020, during her birthday trip to Jamaica, both were posted on social media together. Both would travel frequently together, and by December 2019, they were probably official. However, around August 2020, they unfollowed each other on Instagram, with Future going on to mention their split in his music. But fast forward to less than 90 days, she started dating a famous actor who goes by the name Michael B. Jordan. November 2020 again, Lori Harvey can be seen travelling just before Thanksgiving. By 2021, they were seen posting couple photos. So in January 2020, it was Future. January 21, it was actor Michael B. Jordan. But this time, she's having a more public relationship than she had with Future. Red carpet appearances, happy Valentine's posts, vacations left, right, centre. Seems like the perfect relationship, right?
Wrong.
Because by the time of June 2022 came around, after over a year together, sources claim that they split mutually due to the fact that they were in different stages in life.
Stop the cap.
Even though the same sources claim that Michael B. Jordan proposed to her, but she rejected him. So this will be the second time she was proposed to. First time by a Dutch footballer or soccer player, like they say in the US, in 2018 when she was 21. And the second time in 2022 by actor Michael B. Jordan when she was 25. So what exactly was she waiting for? Who knows? But let's carry on, because only 6 months later, we see another actor, Damson Idris, who Lori was spotted with in December of 2022, where they were pictured leaving a restaurant together. A month later in January, Damson posted photos of him kissing Lori on her cheek on her 26th birthday. And no doubt by now, we begin to see the pattern occurring now. Public moments, public vacations, photos together, and even red carpet appearances. But as we know, by autumn of the same year, they will eventually split.
We all know this is what's going on, right? And some of you are acting surprised like you didn't know this was going to happen sooner or later. This woman don't date for marriage no more. She's already been proposed to twice. I think she was engaged at one point. Michael B. Jordan proposed. She said, "No, I'm good." And then she moved on to this brother. If y'all don't remember when Lori Harvey broke up with Michael B., she said it out her own mouth. Once a relationship isn't fulfilling for her, she's gonna move on.
Now this is a valid piece of information because Lori Harvey is known for saying this. If the relationship doesn't serve me, I'm gone. But let's be honest, a lot of women think like this, and all in good reason. But if you're just going to be a narcissist in situations and be overly hypergamous, then you're just not a good person. You are what we call a user and abuser. A person who only cares about themselves. Because she's out here dating all these high profile guys across all the entertainment industries and just dropping them like a deck of cards. Even when you've got a couple of them proposing and willing to marry you. But it's still not good enough. Of course, you've got some low IQ women who actually are inspired by these shenanigans also.
She is deciding whether or not she's choosing them. She is a woman who knows her worth, has confidence, has a lot going on for herself, and is not going to settle. Let's just be honest. Men multi-date all the time. They don't want their women to multi-date. You men are really weird when it comes to what you are allowed to do and what's okay for you, but what's not allowed for your women. And on top of that, Lori seems like she's been handling it classy. She's not just out here being with any type of man. All the men that she's been dating have been good, top tier, elite quality men. And that's more than we can say for some of y'all.
And now we are hearing that Lori Harvey is some powerful woman who knows what she wants, stands on business, that yes, if nothing is serving her, then yeah, she will leave you. You go girl, all of this.
You hear the bot-ass fan? Fucking NPC bot-ass.
But not only was this woman talking about it, but there's a whole bunch of them.
Why people are always talking bad about Lori? Because to me, she's a queen who knows her worth. Unhappy and staying just to be in a relationship. But our good sis Lori knows her worth. And if it's no longer serving her, she's out. The contract is up. Our good sis is gone. She does not renew these men's contracts at all. There is no spinning the block when it comes to her. We need to take notes.
And again, you hear these low IQ women that all look just like her saying, oh, if the contract is up, yeah, get rid, and how Lori doesn't spin the block, she just gets rid and moves on, which is very interesting. But what if I told you that's cap, and she most definitely does spin the block, because she is becoming damaged goods and less men want her? Because remember Damson Idris? On September 18th, 2025, Damson Idris and Lori Harvey were spotted together on a trip in Mexico. And this is very interesting because this is unlike her past relationships. Remember, because Lori Harvey doesn't spin the block, she's one and done, and if it doesn't serve her, then she's gone. But what we are seeing is something unlike what she has displayed and what she says she does. Here we see Lori Harvey with a guy she dumped in the past. But wait a second, because just the other day, Damson Idris was out with other girls and paparazzi was filming him when he was out with these other women after he was done chilling and hanging out with Lori Harvey.
My nigga.
So what exactly is this telling us? Not the almighty Lori Harvey, the posh city girl being reduced to a side chick. Well, let's talk about it. Lori Harvey is an attractive woman. She is 28 years old, so she's nearing the end of her prime. But I believe there are $1 million NDA contracts that people have to sign when you date her. So for example, if the relationship ends, you can't come out on social media and throw shade on her name. So most likely, all these men she's dated are on these NDA contracts. Most likely, Damson Idris too. But when she's going back to the guy after she's broke up with him, I think it's pretty obvious and simple. Nobody ain't got time for her no more. See, you can get away with a lot when you're young, rich, and a beautiful woman with a high status father, until you just can't anymore. And that is exactly what's happening. She's getting older and her rap sheet is getting longer. She's nearly 30 and has had the chance to marry twice. Once in her early 20s and once in her mid 20s. But with her edging towards 30, I'm afraid she knows father time is coming to claim her. Instead of finding and gaining a new body publicly, she instead is trying to backpedal into the past. But unfortunately for her, things don't always work out like once they did before. Now Damson Idris isn't a simp anymore, and instead of him putting her on a high pedestal she once was, he instead has reduced her to a side chick, an option. And I think that's a pretty poetic ending, because after all, just like Future said,
She belongs to the streets.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Enough of this. Vader, release him.